dark castle walls. Fast forward to the siren in the distance, getting closer by the minute. Will you stand and answer to the call? Burn like a fire, willful and wild. This is the night that you were made for. Don't close your eyes, safer to stare into the sun than to turn away from what you could become. This was once a perfect symphony, soft and steady like a heartbeat. But these notes turn dissonant and sour, getting violently devoured. So will you stand or let the curtain fall? Burn like a fire, willful and wild. This is the night that you were made for. Don't close your eyes.
All right. What's going on, San Jose Sharks fans? Welcome to another watch-along party. I'm your host, Aaron James. San Jose Sharks are about to close out the season series against their SoCal rivals, the Anaheim Ducks. This right here has got to be a dub for San Jose, and I'll tell you why. This is the last game between these two clubs, given that there is only so many more weeks remaining in the regular season. Can't believe it, but this is no joke. You know, I know the occasion being April 1st, but this is not a joke. This is the final month of Sharks hockey. We've made it, Sharks fans. Wow. Including this game, 9 games? Yeah, including this game. 9 more games remaining on the 2024-25 season, the 34th season in San Jose Sharks history. And, you know, the last 2 seasons have been bittersweet, as in, you know, Sharks are currently, as they were last year, in the bottom of the standings in the National Hockey League. However, last season that brought us Macklin Celebrini, and who knows what this season will bring us in next year's draft. We're still quite the ways away from that. As a matter of fact, we're about a month away from the NHL draft lottery. So, is there any real incentive for the San Jose Sharks to try to win out, considering that Chicago Blackhawks are kind of right there lingering around with them? Sharks have 49 points in the standings after 73 games played, so they do have a game on Chicago, whereas the Blackhawks have 74 games played with 51 points. So if the Sharks do indeed win tonight, or in general, anytime, during this month, they can risk being at a tie or potentially surrendering the number 1 overall pick to Chicago Blackhawks like they did 2 years ago. So let me know in the comment section if you think the San Jose Sharks should try to win these last 9 games rather, or if you believe that just keep it going, get the best odds and number 1 overall. We already got a comment saying, let's hope duck is on the menu. Absolutely. We could use some duck soup, some roasted duck. Regardless of what happens tonight, as long as it's not a repeat of the last 2 contests, I'm down. I'm all for it. Sharks got absolutely obliterated by the Kings, and the night prior, the Rangers. So they've had 1 day off. New month, spring, new beginnings. So let's hope that, this month of April, we could at least get a little bit more competitive hockey. Don't have to be dubs. Don't have to be points in the standings. But at least, give San Jose Sharks fans a reason to cheer. So far, the only bright light in those last 2 games has been Cameron Lund, the rookie who, again, his ink is probably barely drying on that ELC. And, he has 2 goals, the only 2 goals in the last 2 games for San Jose. But he has 2 goals in his first 3 National Hockey League games. So, stick taps to the young man out of Northeastern. All right, so since we're talking about the preview here, and we are, a few minutes away here from the opening face-off, let's do our, game preview here really quick. So, San Jose Sharks, again, they are not looking too good against the Anaheim Ducks this season. They are 0-2 rather in the season series. Again, tonight is the night to win. If you want to, kind of send a message to Anaheim for next season. But nonetheless, the San Jose Sharks are 3-7 in the last 10 games, having lost the last 2 in a row. The Anaheim Ducks are 4-5-1, having 2 of their last 3 being victories. They most recently lost to the Toronto Maple Leafs, so they're coming in on this game on an L. So let's see what we could do, Sharks territory. Let's talk about the team stats really quick. Sharks have the 22nd ranked power play in the league, whereas Anaheim has dead last 32nd ranked power play in the league at 12.4% conversion rate. Sharks penalty kill is 27th overall, whereas the Ducks is 28th. And as far as goals for per game average, Sharks 2.58 gives them 31st overall in the league, whereas the Ducks 2.71 gives them 26th. And we already know the goals against average for the Sharks for the majority of this calendar year so far in 2025 has been dead last, 32nd overall, 3.75 goals against average for San Jose, whereas the Anaheim Ducks 3.12, 21st overall in the National Hockey League for goals against average per game. All right, some players that we should pay attention to tonight for the San Jose Sharks. It's hard to tell, really, like who we should have an eye on, considering again that Cameron's been the only one showing up. But nonetheless, Tyler Toffoli does have 3 points in his last 3 games, 2 goals and assists. Mario Ferraro, believe it or not, has 2 points in his last 3 games, 2 assists. Colin Graff looks fantastic, a goal and assist in his last 3 games. And William Eklund, 1 goal and 1 assist in his last 3 games. So, hopefully they could help, carry the load. Whereas we hope that Macklin Celebrini could start to, maybe increase his production a little bit. He's been solid, but in his last 3 games, he only has registered 1 assist. So, considering that the Calder Memorial Trophy for NHL's Rookie of the Year is starting to get a little bit tighter in the race, we definitely want to see Calder Brini continue to make a case for, being just a second rookie in franchise history for San Jose to bring that hardware home. Now let's talk about how the Sharks have fared against the Anaheim, specifically individual players in the last 3 years. Tyler Toffoli has 12 points in 10 games against the Anaheim Ducks, so 4 goals and 8 assists. And following him is William Eklund. Within 6 games, he has 4 points, a goal, 3 assists. And believe it or not, Mark-Edward Vlasic in his 8 games has 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points. So those are maybe 3 guys who, over the last few years have had some good success against the Anaheim Ducks. And Alexander Georgiev, who is your starter in net, we'll go over the opening lineup in just a moment, has 3 victories against Ducks in the previous 3 games played in the last 3 years. So with the .900 save percentage and a 2.28 goals against average, perhaps this is the night that the Sharks could get their dub against the Anaheim Ducks this season. Again, Anaheim has a 2-0 lead with a 2-0 victory in San Jose on October 12th and a 3-1 victory in Anaheim on October 22nd. So this is the first time we've seen them since the opening month in the National Hockey League. This will be the last time we see them in the closing month in the National Hockey League. And that right there are players that I believe you should be paying attention for. We'll extend the stats here a little bit more. William Eklund has 5 points in his last 5 games. Jackson Lacombe has 7 points in his last 5 games for Anaheim. Defenseman wearing number 2. Leo Carlson wearing number 91. The centerman in Anaheim has 4 goals in his last 5 games. And right now, I believe Lucas Dostal is maybe the likely starter. It's not confirmed yet, but he's 21, 20, and 6 this season with the .906 save percentage, 3.01 goals against average. and he may be your Anaheim Ducks starter in net. All right, that right there pretty much is all I've got to say about San Jose and the Anaheim Ducks. I mean, we can dive just a little bit deeper. There's plenty of playoff history between these two clubs, and this head-to-head results, this history here, is strictly speaking of regular season matchups. This will be the 166th all-time matchup between the Anaheim Ducks and the San Jose Sharks. The Sharks are 81, 63, 4, and 17 all-time against their SoCal rivals. And as far as how well the Sharks swim in the pond, when the San Jose Sharks are in Anaheim, California, playing at the Honda Center, their overall record is 41, 29, 2, and 11 in the previous 83 regular season games played at Honda Center. So this will be the 84th all-time matchup in the regular season for the San Jose Sharks against the Anaheim Ducks in Anaheim, California. And the Sharks have felt they're pretty decent. 41, 29, 2, and 11, pardon me. So 83 games played previously, 41, 29, 2, and 11. With the .572 points percentage, San Jose has had, they swim pretty well in that pond. So we'll see, if that could be the case tonight. All right, that right there is pretty much going to be our face-off countdown show. I'm Aaron James, creative at Shark City Hockey. Welcome all of you and thanking all of you for joining us here tonight on a Tuesday night hockey edition. I lied. That's not all my fault. I almost forgot the most important thing here, the lineup. So the projected lineup for the San Jose Sharks is as follows. Tyler Toffoli, Macklin Celebrini, and Will Smith are your first line forwards. Behind them is Mario Ferraro, Shakir Mokmadullin. Again, Alexander Georgiev gets a start in net. Second line looks like such. Willem Eklund, Alexander Wenberg, Colin Graff on the second line. Lucas Carlson, Timothy Liljegren are your second defensive pairing. On the third line, you have Carl Grunstrom, Ty Dellandrea, and Cameron Lunn. Jack Thompson, just recalled, I believe, from the Barracuda. Luca Caglioni is back down at the Reef. He's paired up with Thompson's paired up with Mark-Edward Vlasic. Honestly, I thought Caglioni was going to be in this game. He did score an overtime game-winning goal for the Sharks in Anaheim during the preseason, but he is back in CUDA country. Your checking line, Noah Gregor, Zach Osopchuk, and Barclay Goodrow. And that right there is your Sharks projected lineup. So with that being said, let's get this show on underway. So, quickly, reminder, if you're watching us on X, drop a comment. I will get your comment in the comment section. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and drop a comment and it will show up here live. But now that we have concluded the Shark City Hockey Face-Off Countdown Show, it's time to officially begin the watch party. So let's do this. All right. Welcome, everybody. Oh, yeah. Does he show that actual game? Are you asked if I show the actual game? No, this is not a live stream of the game. Rather, it's a watch along with real-time reaction to the action. All right. So, we're moments away from opening face-off here. Let's get our viewer count. Thank you to the Logan Couture numbers right now of all you live viewers. We got 39 right now at the moment. And we might as well get our score. Whoa. We got to edit that. It's 0-0, friends. 0-0. What's going on here? My bad. I think I got that in from the last game. Hopefully I'm not jinxing us. Do not want to see that result again. All right, there we go. Bam. My fault. Now we're corrected. All right. The game is about to start. while we wait for the commercials to come, while we wait to come back from commercial break, why don't you all let me know who do you got in the comments section. So, if you're here to cheer on the Sounds of Sharks, go ahead and put an SJ in the comments section. Otherwise, if you're here representing Fly Together, if you're here from Orange County, then, go ahead and put, Quack Quack, or you could put Anaheim or Ducks, however you want to do it, Fly Together. If you're for the Sharks, do Chomp Chomp, why not? But do you show the game like you would on TV? Yeah, I know what you're asking, brother. And you cannot do that without the express written permission of the National Hockey League. So no, we do not do that. What we do have is a live action tracker, and that will kind of keep us on pace as far as the action on the rink. Also, we have the scoreboard that I will try to keep us updated with. What I will say is, for those of us who may be chilling and doing this watch along together while you watch Randy Hunt and Drew Remenda, for those of you watching the regional broadcast in Sharks territory, then you may notice that the game tracker here could be potentially anywhere between 15 to 30 seconds, give or take, 5 or 10 seconds ahead of what we actually watch together. So, if you see that a goal is scored and then I react a couple of seconds later, just keep that in the back of your mind as I'm watching the live broadcast along with y'all here. All right. 40 of y'all. All right. Solid numbers. Not too shabby. Cannot believe it is finally April, man. Whew. I literally felt like it was not too long ago. I was in Las Vegas at the Sphere watching Mike Greer and Joe Thornton and the rest of the gang representing the Sounds of Sharks announced that they selected Macklin Celebrini first overall. Now we are literally just a few weeks away from having to wait all spring and summer to see the Sharks in action again. Good news is that we should be able to enjoy some Barracuda hockey. They should be starting their postseason, and we'll be doing watch-alongs for that for sure. So first and foremost, thank you to everybody who subscribed. So I noticed that we've had a boost in our YouTube subscribers. I appreciate you having a primary assist in us in our goal of trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. If you're catching this live stream right now on YouTube, please consider liking and subscribing. And of course, for the majority of you who enjoy our premium live streams on X, please consider following or jumping over to our YouTube channel and giving us a sub over there. That'll be well appreciated. Very appreciated. All right. So, still waiting for them to do the opening face-off. I'm telling you, I should probably extend the opening face-off countdown show by like 10 minutes. It's never on the dot. It's never if it's 7 o'clock or 7:30, it's never on the dot. It's typically anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes. All right. We got Caglione numbers. We missed the young man. Again, Luca Caglione was sent back down to the Barracuda along with Patrick Giles. So, Giles was a part of that trade with the Florida Panthers. We sent them over Vitek Vanacek. He got some minutes with the Sharks for a respectable amount of time. But, Caglione and Giles will now be with the Sounds of Barracuda, helping their playoffs efforts. So, again, Jack Thompson is in. I honestly thought, we said this on a live stream, that Caglione would at least finish the road trip with the San Jose Sharks, but it looks like he'll be in action tomorrow against the Ontario Reign. Pardon me. That game's going down in San Jose, so. All right. while we have some time, why don't we go ahead and share who do we believe will score the first goal? It's going to be Anaheim. It's going to be San Jose. Bonus points if you're able to predict the player. All right, pardon me as I pause for a moment. I'm going to turn up the music. Why not? Just sharing the link to the watch party with all of our other followers on our other social channels. All right, we're about to have game on. We're about to have game on here. All right, opening face-off. Sharks win it, and they do send that puck into Anaheim zone. Will Smith, Tyler Toffoli, and McIntyre are your starting lines tonight. Ooh, almost a nasty giveaway in the slot to Will Smith. Here come the Ducks, 4-on-2 rush. Nice kick save by Georgiev. Getting tested early here. All right, now that I'm done sharing that. Georgiev being tested real early here, having to make another save. All right, Leo Carlson, Alexander Wenberg, deep in the Shark zone. Wenberg wins that face-off. Sharks are able to clear the zone. Looks like they were trying to get some zone entry set up with the pass off the boards, but that resulted in the Ducks just carrying the puck right back into the Shark zone. All right, puck now at the opposite goal line in Anaheim's defensive zone. Oh, here comes Anaheim on a break with a nice leading pass. Good save by Georgiev. Another blocker save by Georgiev. It was a 200-foot game for the first 90 seconds, and now the Ducks are just kind of finding a lot of shooting lanes here in the Shark zone. Already 4 shots, 4 shot attempts. My fault. I just realized that I was getting a little too caught up in the watching the action here. Let me get the clock rolling. My fault. All right, let's get this rolling here. I'm just a fan like the rest of y'all, so every now I get guilty of getting, zoned in and zoned out on the game and the action here. All right, we'll start this bad boy at 18. All right, another breakaway for the Ducks. And this one, Georgiev had to essentially fight off. What a freaking shot. It looks like that was Mason McTavish with a good breakaway. How are you getting the game? I'm getting the game through my regional sports network, which is NBC Sports California. I understand that if you're out of the if you are out of this region, you should be able to get it on ESPN. Let me just confirm that really quick. So for Anaheim, it'd be Victory Plus. Oh, wow. Just like that. Just like that. It's already 1-0 Anaheim. My goodness. Oh boy, oh boy. Right off the face-off, man. Face-off won by Anaheim. A clean shot. Was that deflected or not? Right now they're giving it to Trevor Zegras, his 10th of the year. 2 minutes and 4 seconds in. Anaheim Ducks make it 1-0. They did not hesitate at all to draw the first blood here. And that's where we're at. This is getting bad kind of fast, to be 100 with you, for the San Jose Sharks, man. All right, face off deep in the Sharks zone. Oh my goodness. Oh, poor puck management by Noah Gregor. He loses it in his own zone. Here come Anaheim Ducks again from the point. Shot toward the net. Georgiev again has to fight off another shot. That looks like his 7th shot already. And I don't know if Georgiev is trying to flex on that glove save or just kind of like telling his team what the F is going on. But he's kind of getting a lot of work right now in the first 2.5 minutes of this game. Another shot in the slot for the Ducks, and damn, pardon my language, but 8 shots already. We're not even freaking 3 minutes into the game. Here comes Macklin Celebrini. Great zone entry, backhands it, and that's saved. San Jose Sharks finally get a shot on goal by Macklin Celebrini. I mean, it was a good shot, good backhand shot. But Dostal was all over it, man. Lucas Dostal is your starter in net. Yeah. I would love to show the game. Trust me, bro. I would love to, but I know they'll jump at the opportunity to shut it down. Oh. Hopefully this is one of those nights where the Sharks don't necessarily get an abundance of opportunities, but they get quality opportunities and are able to capitalize on it and score goals. That kind of has been the trend way early in the season. Not so much this calendar year. Good stretch pass, 2-on-1. Here goes Macklin Celebrini. He shoots, and Dostal makes a save with his left leg. Celebrini again now. He has support. Oh, trying to Foley with the feed. Almost gets a one-timer, but got deflected. All right, Sharks respectively kind of created some offensive zone pressure on that last shift, so they're kind of waking up now. Eckler out there with Graf and Wenberg. Graf behind the trapezoid, feeds it to Wenberg. He sends it to the point to Mukamadulin, and he could not hold the zone. He kind of frantically tried to put the puck deep in the zone, and that was intercepted. So Ducks controlling the puck now. Zone entry attempt redirected by Colin Graf, so Sharks recover. Here comes Alexander Wenberg into the zone. Kind of blowing a tire in the trapezoid, so Ducks are able to recover that puck. Oh boy. Here we go. Eklund now. Nice feeding pass. It looked like he's trying to get Dellandrea there. Couldn't connect. Oh, almost a freaking grade A opportunity for the Ducks in the slot. Battle for the puck in the half wall. On the blocker side, Georgiev gets sent to the point. Then that gets sent all the way back around to that same half wall. Sharks recover. Good pass out of the zone. Better shot by Cameron Lunn, looking for his third goal in his fourth NHL game. Grunstrom now with a shot on goal. Another shot on goal, and they score! Yeah, Sharks goal, baby! We got a Sharks goal, baby. Let's go. San Jose Sharks tie the game up, courtesy of Shakir Mukamadulin, his second goal of the season. At 5 minutes and 28 seconds into the first period. Gets the goal off the fifth shot. Assisted by Mario Ferraro, his 10th of the year, and Ty Dellandrea, his 7th of the year. Let's go. Sharks still building up the momentum. Some great offensive zone pressure here. All right. Nice little reality check for Ducks fans and Ducks players. I think they're getting a little too overconfident with those first few minutes of the game. As I'm saying this, the Ducks have great puck control in the Sharks zone. Easily moving it around. They're lining up in a slot. They shoot. They line it up. It doesn't get through. Sharks are going to get penalized here. Sharks committed a penalty. All right, let's see what we got. All right, let's see what we got here. Macklin Celebrini is being called here. It looks like he's getting a 2-minute penalty for misconduct. I don't know what he did. We'll have to wait for the replay there. But 2 minutes to Macklin Celebrini for misconduct. That's what I'm seeing right now. I'll confirm that once they get back from the TV timeout. Let's turn up the music and wait for the game to be right back on. Wait for game on here. So it looks like it's going to be slashing instead. At one report, it has Celebrini. One report says Celebrini misconduct, but NHL.com is listing it as slashing. Looks like Troy Terry was on the receiving end of a Macklin Celebrini slash. So the Anaheim Ducks are going to get their first power play of the night. If I'm not mistaken, when we were talking about their power play unit during our face-off countdown show, I believe they have the worst power play in the league. So let's hope that the Sharks are able to, stand strong while shorthanded and kill off these next 2 minutes here. All right, so it looks like we got Mason McTavish versus Barclay Goodrow in the face-off for the Sharks' defensive zone. Goodrow wins that one. Sharks clear it. All right, Leo Carlson is out there for the Anaheim Ducks. He has some great zone entry there, splitting 3 Sharks defensemen and then dumping it back to the point to Zegras. Zegras now with the puck, sends it to the point to Lacombe. Back to Zegras. Zegras now to Cole Angelo. Back to the point. McTavish now has it by this. Ooh, he tried to center that to Carlson, but that one-time opportunity deflected wide, and Sharks are able to clear the zone. Ducks with the flawless zone entry. Sharks are really not challenging. They're standing still. They're absolutely standing still. This is the recipe for disaster. A minute remains on the power play. Trevor Zegras drop passes it. Lacombe back to Zegras. Zegras up to the point to Lacombe. Lacombe throws it to the net, and they score. And they score. Wow. Well, so much for the worst power play in the league. Jackson Lacombe gets his 14th goal of the season on the power play at 8 minutes and 13 seconds in the first period. It's 2-1 Anaheim. Trevor Zegras right now is being given the primary assist, 18th assist of the season. Looks like McTavish gets the secondary assist, 27th of the year, and just like that, it is 2-1 Anaheim Ducks. All right, here come the Sharks now, trying to set up their own offensive pressure after surrendering a goal in the power play. Trying to answer back. Oh, man. Here we go. Battle behind the goal line, sent all the way to the point. Nobody was there. I don't know if the defenders were on a line change, but Vlasic was nowhere in sight to receive that pass to the point. And maybe they were on a line change because the Sharks forwards just dumped the puck and went straight to the bench. So Celebrini, Smith, Toffoli are on the ice now. Sharks starting lineup as we are about halfway through this first period here. You see that the shots on goal are twice as much for Anaheim than San Jose. Sharks haven't had a shot on goal since they scored a goal. All right, here comes Smith. Nice pass to Foley, and oh my gosh. Great opportunity, but just no shooting lane. All right. That was... Ooh, that kind of blowed. Not going to lie. Toffoli looked like he had a great opportunity, but was just running out of real estate to really make the move and kind of awkwardly puck handling that puck like at an angle toward, like his hip area, like had a weird like twisted like body with the puck position. Didn't really have a pass. I think he was looking for Celebrini across, but it is what it is. Face off deep in Anaheim zone, won by Anaheim. They give the puck away, so the Sharks are able to send it all the way back to the opposite side of the boards. Here's Ferraro at the point. Throws it toward the net. Ooh, redirection deflect by Eklund, but doesn't really do much. Dostal was ready. Ooh, Winberg with the shot gets blocked. He recovers. Sharks draw a penalty. Lining up is Eklund in the slot. He gets the shot off, but it's saved. All right. Sharks will be on the power play. I'm imagining that we're going to get a TV timeout, so we're going to turn up the music. Quick reminder, if you're watching us on X, drop a comment. Also get your comments. And, of course, if you are in our YouTube channel, please consider liking and subscribing. And let me update the live viewer count here as we definitely have more than 57 now. We got a nice number, as some of y'all saying online. Very nice. All right, let's hear up the music. So as you can see there, I just made a comment on X, and I see a lot of y'all who are joining us right now. The majority of y'all joining us right now are watching on X. If you leave a comment in X, it will also be shown right here in our comment section. So here we go. 2 minutes power plays for the San Jose Sharks. It looks like Zellweger got called for holding against Colin Graff, so the San Jose Sharks get a second opportunity on the power play. Excuse me, their first opportunity on the power play. I stand corrected. My apologies. So 10 minutes and 9 seconds into this first period, Sharks get the man advantage. All right, Wenberg in the offensive zone. Looks like he won that faceoff, but it took a lucky Ducks bounce. Nonetheless, Sharks hold the zone. Liljegren tried to play the puck off the boards, didn't have enough mustard. Ducks recover, and they clear. Liljegren now, from his own zone, drops the pass back to Eklund. Celebrini across the center ice logo. He had Eklund on his side, but that puck didn't connect on the pass. Celebrini was trying to hit Eklund on his wing, and it bounced into the Stahl's glove. 96 seconds remaining on the man advantage for the San Jose Sharks. Oh, Celebrini got hit in the face with the stick, and there's no penalty. Or is there? Yes, there will be. The referee has his hand up. Sharks got 6 skaters out there. Georgiev went to the bench. And we're going to have a 2-man advantage, baby. Let's do this. Let's go. Chomp chomp or Shark Attack, whichever you want to put in the chat. Let's go. San Jose Sharks are going to have a 2-man advantage here for, let's see, how long? What do we got? 1 minute and 15 seconds of 2-man advantage for the San Jose Sharks. Battle for the face-off. Ends up being won by the Ducks. Can't believe it. All right. They dump it deep. Will Smith there to recover in his own trapezoid. About to cross the blue line. He drops for Celebrini. Celebrini now. Great zone entry. Splits the defense. Smacks the puck all the way to the half wall. The left half wall where Wenberg is. He sends it to the point to Smith. Smith to Toffoli. Both Smith and Toffoli are at the point. Smith with the shot. Winds up. Hits a body. And what's that about? They blew a whistle. They stopped the play Not sure why. Apparently offsides. So that was kind of strange. But nonetheless, still 43 seconds in this two-man advantage. All right, Wenberg at the point. Celebrini at the right wing. Celebrini looking to slot, shoots, and that gets blocked. Eklund now at the puck. Celebrini to Smith. Smith down to Toffoli, kicking it by the left post. Toffoli shoots, and oh man! Toffoli had the stall stretched. He had him stretched out. Ty Toffoli had Dostal, the goaltender for the Ducks, number 1, on his derriere, wide open net, top shelf, and I believe he just missed it wide, or it got deflected nonetheless. 17 seconds left on the two-man advantage. Ducks cleared the zone. More than likely, unless the Sharks are scoring in the next dozen seconds, they're going to kill off one of these two penalties. 4 seconds remain on the man advantage. 2 seconds, 1. Ducks get an extra skater back. Sharks still on the power play for 40 seconds. Shot by Smith. But that's saved by Dostal. All right. Sharks win that face-off. 40 seconds on the power play, and Thompson cannot control the puck at the blue line. They have to retreat way back in their own zone. Thompson now to Mukamadulin. Mukamadulin feeds it up to Cameron Lund. Cameron Lund sends it across the ice to Colin Graff. Colin Graff back to the point to Jack Thompson. Thompson to Mukamadulin. Back to Thompson at the point. Thompson shoots it. Nice rebound. Recovered by the Ducks and cleared. 15 seconds remaining on the power play, and the Anaheim Ducks may have just killed off a two-man advantage. 2 consecutive power plays for the Sharks. Nothing to show for it thus far. 4 seconds, 5 seconds remaining. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is it. And that is it. My goodness. What an unfortunate sequence of events. And that does it, man. Add some more time here to our clock. Boom. Shots on goal for the Sharks, 11-10 for the Ducks. That kind of hurts because should this game be tight, we're all going to remember when the Sharks cannot convert on those power plays there, man. That one was tough. But can't dwell on the past. Gotta look forward to the future. And right now there's a battle against the boards. Looks like Timothy Liljegren kind of winning it, and it gets away from Noah Gregor. Here come the Ducks, looking to exit their own zone. Reversing back into their own zone. Now feeding the puck across 2 lines to the Sharks' blue line. Zone entry for the Ducks. Shot attempt goes wide. Battle for possession behind the Sharks' goal line. The orange jerseys swoop it up. Ducks now operating with the puck near their point in the Sharks' defensive zone. Shot attempt with really no mustard behind it. Harmlessly gets deflected to the boards, and now the Sharks finally recover. My goodness, they actually went into crash or defend the net defensive strategy, and all 5 Sharks skaters were just kind of sitting in front of Georgiev And they got lucky that the Ducks couldn't get a clean shot off. They were able to clear it. Ducks try to do zone entry right now with a stretch pass from their own trapezoid, but it's recovered by San Jose. San Jose now keeping the puck deep in Anaheim's zone. Oh, my goodness gracious. Come on, boys. My bad. Let's react here. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the first period. Colin Graff with the centering pass. Oh, man. Another centering pass attempt by the Sharks, and that can't find Ty Dellandria's stick. Puck bounces all the way back to the Sharks zone. Here's Cameron Lund by the logo at center ice. It's dumped to the zone. Carl Grunstrom is unable to chase it down, and the Ducks are able to make the Sharks retreat with the puck into their own zone. Kind of a 200-foot game right now for both of these teams. Cameron Lund squeezing the puck in between the skates and the yellow trim of the boards behind the goal line. Sharks are able to recover the puck and again send it right back to neutral zone. Both teams just trying to set up offensive pressure, but both of them kind of failing with the clean zone entry and not really creating enough offensive pressure or attacking the zone. Here come the Sharks. Eklund with the shot. Nice angle, but they'll still all covered in that post. There's a juicy rebound, but there's really no one there to make it home. Wenberg's out there now. That means he has Eklund and Graff with him. Ducks with some speed get past Mario Ferraro. And again, 200-foot game. Eklund had to freaking work to get that puck from his blue line to the Ducks blue line, but he was outnumbered 3-1. Ducks controlled the puck. 3 minutes left in this period. I normally don't do this much play-by-play. I don't know what's gotten into me today. So, thank you all for watching along. I guess it's just been one of those games where the action has been really warranting the reaction, and that reaction being play-by-play. Maybe I just throwing it back to when I used to do play-by-play for Hockey TV for the USA Hockey Tournament and Disabled Hockey Festival that went down here in San Jose. All right, here comes Macklin Celebrini. Nice drop pass. Smith shoots. Oh, Toffoli had a nice rebound. It gets redirected. Here comes Toffoli. He got the puck to him now. Ooh, he put on his knees with a check. But the Sharks, they lose possession, and here come the Ducks. 3-on-2. Stretch passing it in the slot. Thank goodness he's unable to handle that puck. Oh, wide open, clean entry. Point blank shot and save by Georgiev. We're down to the almost final 90 seconds of this period. It's been exciting. It's been fast-paced. It's been, back and forth. The biggest difference being the power play. Kind of the case like the other night in LA. Anaheim went 1-for-1 on the power play. Sharks went 0-for-2. And that really first, 2.5 minutes in which the Ducks had 9 shots on goal. Sharks have been able to hold them, to bay since. But oh my gosh, the pressure does not cease. I was about to say Anaheim has been on it, and as I go and say that, what did they do? Of course, they put up another goal. Sharks just could not escape the period. Too much offensive pressure. They're allowing way too many shots. I mean, those are 100+ mile per hour shots. Georgiev just got a puck sneak past him. And who is that? It looks like Colangelo is going to get the goal. Sam Colangelo gets his 8th goal of the season at 19 minutes and 1 second to make it 3-1. Anaheim. Just a shot that trickled past Georgiev. Wide open cage. All the young man had to do was tap it in, and that's exactly what he did to make it 3-1. And it appears as if the Anaheim Ducks are going to go into the locker room with the insurance goal. Wow. What a period. Ducks just kind of maintaining possession, and they look like they are trying to wind this clock down. They finally do enter the Sharks zone, but that's going to be the period. That's it. Man. All right. Well, that was a very interesting period, to say the least. Looking at 7 of y'all right now. That's what's up. Thank you, guys. Thank you to everybody for coming through on this Tuesday night to watch along as the San Jose Sharks are trailing 3-1 after 20 minutes. All right. Well, y'all know how we do here. It's time for our intermission report. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at the box scores. We're going to take a look into the face-offs. I will kind of summarize the goals scored, considering that they're mostly Anaheim. I may not spend too much time on that. And then we'll take a look around the league, see how many let's see how many games are there today in the league. 10 games on April 1st around the National Hockey League. So, we'll take a look at some of the games that are currently in session, and we'll take a look at some of the final scores from earlier today. All right, so let's jump right into it. Before I start that, though, let me just remind you all that this is a watch-along party with real-time reaction to the action. I'm your host, Aaron James, creative at Shark City Hockey. Thank you all for joining me and really, truly making this premium live stream from Shark City Hockey the #1 trending live stream that is presented by diehard San Jose hockey fans. So welcome to the party. I'm glad you're here. Let's do our intermission. All right, so after 20 minutes, San Jose Sharks are trailing 3-1. Boy, it's going to be a long night. Looks like the NHL took a shot away from us, so shots on goal are not 14 apiece. They are 13 San Jose, 14 Anaheim. Face-off percentage. Sharks are actually doing pretty well. That's nice for a change. After one period against the LA Kings, in which they only won 19% of the face-offs, over here in Anaheim, they've won 60% of the face-offs so far tonight. And we're going to take a look into who's contributing to the overall face-off win percentage. All right, so San Jose Sharks won 12 out of 20 face-offs in that first period. 8 of 13 while on even strength, 3 of 6 while on the power play, 1 of 1 while shorthanded. So let's break it down now by zone. This is all strengths. That's 5-on-5, 4-on-5, 5-on-4, and 5-on-3, because the Sharks did have a 5-on-3 man advantage for an extended amount of time. Unable to convert on both of those, unfortunately. But all strengths in the offensive zone. Sharks won 4 out of 8 for 50%. In the defensive zone, 4 out of 6 for 67%. And in the neutral zone, same numbers, 4 for 6, 67%. Grand total, 12 face-offs wins out of a possible 20 for 60%. All right, contributing in Teal to the face-off win percentage is Will Smith, Alexander Wenberg, Barclay Goodrow, Cam Lund, Ty Dellandrea, Zach Ostapachuk, and Macklin Celebrini. Smith is 1 for 1 tonight. Wenberg is 3 for 7. That's 43%. Goodrow is 2 for 2. Cam Lund is 1 for 1. Ty Dellandra is 1 for 2 for 50%. Ostapachuk is 2 for 4 for 50%. And Celebrini is 2 for 3, 67%. And those are your centermen. Some of them were on the wing, I noticed. But those right there are the gentlemen who are contributing to the 60% overall face-off wins in that first period for the San Jose Sharks. Penalties. Macklin Celebrini took the first penalty of the game 7 minutes and 1 second into the first period. He got called for slashing against Troy Terry. Anaheim obviously converted a goal on that, being 100% on the power play thus far. And we'll go into the goals in just a moment. So 7 hits for the Sharks, 8 for the Ducks, 4 block shots each for San Jose and Anaheim, 5 giveaways for San Jose, 2 for Anaheim, 0 takeaways for the Sharks, 2 for the Ducks. Now your goal scorers. Anaheim started off hot. They started off early. Literally the first 2.5 minutes of that contest, of this, the first period, man, they were dominating the Sharks in the zone, and their first goal came right off of a face-off win. So Colangelo won the face-off. McTavish won the face-off, pardon me. It goes to Colangelo. He shot the puck right off the face-off draw. This is the left side of Georgiev. He was right at so the face-off was at the bottom right face-off, so left side of Georgiev. And Colangelo wins the face-off. McTavish wins the face-off. Colangelo takes a shot, and Trevor Zegras right in the slot, kind of by the crease, deflects it in. A tip-in goal for Trevor Zegras' 10th of the year. While we're talking about goal scoring, let's go ahead and show you the goal scorers here. Wrong one. My bad. Let me fix that really quick. My bad. Every now and then something slips in between the cracks. All right, let's try that again. Here are your goal scorers. All right, we got some people in the comment section saying guess Sharks won't make the playoffs. No, the Sharks they've been in the bottom. They've been in the basement of the league for a couple of months now, and as a matter of fact, I don't think it needed to be declared. It wasn't really groundbreaking news, but sometime last week they were officially, mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. In fact, there are only 4 teams right now that are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, and that is the San Jose Sharks, the the Chicago Blackhawks, the Nashville Predators, I believe, and the Seattle Kraken. So everyone else, quote unquote, still has a chance, but I mean, let's be real here. At this stage of the regular season, if you are not in that Sweet 16, you're pretty much out of the playoffs, right? Some people are still on the hunt, so I don't want to write them off yet. But, I mean, we only have a couple of weeks left here in the National Hockey League. So, all right, back to the goal scorers, my friends. So, Trevor Zegras with the tip-in goal, scored right off the face-off. Again, those first 2 minutes and 30 seconds, it seems as if the Sharks didn't know how to swim in the pond. And the Ducks, with their V formation, which is handling, man. Anyways, so that was 1-0 Anaheim. 2 minutes and 4 seconds into the first period. Pardon me really quick. All right. Second goal scored was by San Jose. So the Sharks did tie the game up 3 minutes and 24 seconds later, courtesy of Shakir Mukhamadullin. Mukhamadullin had a beautiful snapshot from the point, essentially. It was great to see him score that goal because the play prior to that, he was kind of unable to control the puck, and it kind of caused what would have been a great offensive zone rush, or at least offensive zone entry, to stall out, to fall out, I guess. And the Sharks were able to recover. So Mukhamadullin from the point. As a matter of fact, I want to get an exact measurement on that. Let's get an exact measurement on that. How far away was that goal? Give me about 10 seconds to let y'all know. It was pretty much 64 feet away, right at the blue line, and it had a 2.5% chance of being a goal. So congratulations to Shakir Mukamadulin. He got his second goal of the season. That tied the game up at 5 minutes and 28 seconds. It was assisted by Mario Ferraro and Ty Dellandrea. So again, good zone entry. Grunstrom put a shot on net. The rebound was recovered by was recovered by the Ducks. I don't know how Ty Dellandrea gets an assist on that. Maybe he got a stick on it before Mario Ferraro picked it up near the boards of the blue line, but Ferraro sends it across the slot high near the blue line to Mukamadulin, who just snaps it home. And again, like 64 feet away, practically at the blue line, gets the game tied up for the San Jose Sharks. After that power play goal was scored. So Macklin Celebrini slashing Troy Terry ended up resulting in a goal. Jackson Lacombe got his 14th of the year. Another goal pretty much set up by, what can you say? They're on the power play, but again, it was just great zone pressure. The Sharks kind of like electing to stay in like a modified small box. I noticed that this has been their penalty kill strategy for a minute now. It's kind of getting a little exasperating, if you ask me. They're kind of like collapsing in front of the net / creating a small box within the slot, like maybe like 10 feet in front of the crease, and then maybe one guy kind of pressures the puck carrier if the puck carrier goes within proximity of where they are, and positioning within that penalty kill box. But pretty much Trevor Zegras gets a pass from McTavish. So McTavish already has two points tonight, or McTavish has an assist on all the goals tonight for the Ducks. So 3 assists so far in the night, multi-point night for McTavish. But Zegras also multi-point night with getting the primary assist on this goal and scoring the first goal of the game. He essentially works the puck to the point to Lacombe, who then just wrist shots it home past Georgiev. Not too sure if he couldn't see it. Not too sure if too many bodies in front of him. Don't really understand why. He was screened. Ferraro was there. And maybe Ferraro provided a screen, as he notoriously does. I hate to say it, but Ferraro is notorious for standing in front of the goaltender and taking away his vision of the puck. But nonetheless, it gets past. My bad. That was my pup. Nonetheless, it gets past Georgiev. 1 second. Hey, it's not that serious, all right? I know. It was a power play goal. I know. My bad. Sebastian James Barkey over there getting his 2 cents in. But back to the point. Jackson Lacombe gets the goal, 14 minutes. All right, I'll stop talking about it. I'm sorry. All right, he gets his 14th of the year. You get the point. Sam Colangelo gets his 8th with like less than a minute. And I think the pup, like me, is getting tired of talking about Anaheim Ducks goal, so we're just going to wrap it up and leave it at that. All right, 82 of you are here. That's what's good. 82 of you live viewers. I appreciate y'all coming through tonight. I see that there's been a ton of conversation going on in Montreal, so that's what's up. Please come but second with desire to beat the Ducks. Okay. Let's see, anyone else out here got some money on the line typically. But anyways, back to the point, man. The Sharks are going to have to dig a little deep here. They kind of started off very slow. They allowed the Ducks to control the tempo of the game. And honestly, I think failing to convert on that 2-man advantage definitely hurt the momentum for them. So we'll see what the next 40 minutes bring for San Jose Sharks fans or for Anaheim Ducks fans. And, it ain't over till it's over. So let's talk about some scores from around the league today. We'll start off with the games that are currently in session. So right now, the Utah Hockey Club is at home playing against the Calgary Flames. They have a 2-1 lead after 1 or 2 periods. Pardon me. The Vegas Golden Knights are about to begin their second period in about 5 minutes. They have a 1-0 lead over the Edmonton Oilers. The Los Angeles Kings are tied up 0-0 with the visiting Winnipeg Jets. Their first period just began 7 minutes ago. Some finals from around the league today. The Washington Capitals won 4-3 in Boston over the Bruins. Alexander Ovechkin gets number 38, if I'm not mistaken. That puts him 4 away from the, in the great chase from Gretzky's record. The Florida Panthers on the road lost to Montreal Canadiens. Score was 3-2. Senators lose at home 5-2 to the visiting Buffalo Sabres. The Columbus Blue Jackets absolutely light up the Nashville Predators. Final score 8-4 in Columbus. The Tampa Bay Lightning go into New York and win over the Islanders 4-1. And the St. Louis Blues win in overtime, but the score 2-1, courtesy of a goal by Cam Fowler, his 9th of the year. And that right there is your scores from around the league. All right, we're about to get ready for the second period here. So let's see, we're about minutes away, right? Like literally like minutes away here. So, yep, about a couple of minutes before they drop the puck for the second period. So until then, I'm just going to turn up the music here and, chill. Y'all chill and talk amongst yourselves as you have been.
There's nothing you can see. Bad girl going solo. Everything's gonna change. Everything's gonna change. Teardrops down your face. They're in your eyes. Disgrace, shining in light, standing on the face of the sun. You see
My apologies. I see we got some questions about which teams are in the playoffs, so let's go ahead and address that right now. Officially in the playoffs. All right, officially right now, you have the Washington Capitals. They have clinched a playoff berth. They have 105 points in the standings after 74 games played. Also, you have the Winnipeg Jets, 106 points in the standings. The Dallas Stars, 102 points. I imagine that Vegas, if they win tonight, will clinch because they'll get over 100 points. And it's a tight race in the Atlantic Division right now. You have the Florida Panthers with 92 points, the Tampa Bay Lightning with 93 points, and the Toronto Maple Leafs with 94 points. All three teams have 74 games played. So as of right now, officially clinching playoff berths across the league, whether it's Eastern or Western Conference, is only the Dallas Stars, the Winnipeg Jets, and the Washington Capitals. All right, we have the game on right now, baby. The puck's about to drop. Sharks win that face-off. Ooh, almost a good deflection for the Sharks. Almost a fortuitous deflection. Pardon me as I take a quick break of doing the action here to update our stats here, my friends. All right, and we're back. All right, here come the Sharks now, digging deep. Liljegren with the shots at the point, but that goes wide. Okay, so the first 3 minutes of this second period have relatively conservative. Only one shot so far in this period is from the San Jose Sharks. All right, Sharks get called for icing. So William Eklund got the lone shot on goal for this period. Better start to the period rather than the previous for the San Jose Sharks. All right, the Sharks are able to get the Ducks to retreat and back skate with the puck all the way behind their own glue line. And somehow that had Zach Ostapachuk end up being chased to his own blue line. Here he comes now, zone entry. Ostapachuk tried to pass it to Will Smith, but that was a little off angle. Nonetheless, Sharks are able to keep the puck in the zone. Smith from the point tries to dump it down, but that gets cut off midway through. It's tripped to the goal line, and Ducks are able to clear it. All right, here come Mario Ferraro and Shakir McMillan in their own zone. Feeding it up. Oh, Celebrini with the shot. And that was saved by Dostal. All right, face off deep in Anaheim zone. Nice win by Wenberg. Call him Wenberg in the face-off dot. Wenberg now, off the post is Colin Graff. Puck still loose. Shot on goal by Eklund. Puck still loose in the trapezoid and in the crease. Sharks lose possession of it. And here come the Ducks. If they skate, they'll have a 4-on-2 opportunity. Plenty of reinforcements back for San Jose, but the Anaheim Ducks do have the Sharks back skating their own zone. They put it on net, and Georgiev makes a save. Man, that was some prime opportunities. Probably like 3 great chances there for the Sharks. Man. Stick taps to Dostal for stretching out his goal stick there to prevent a centering pass by Eklund. All right, Zegras versus Celebrini in the faceoff dot, deep in the Shark zone. Left side of Georgiev. Puck is dropped. Zegras wins. Blast from the point, and that is smothered by Georgiev. Ooh-wee. I'm hearing the home broadcasting team talking about the Ducks moving away from Trevor Zegras. Come to San Jose if that's the case, man. My goodness. Ooh-wee. McTavish just absolutely strips Ferraro from the puck in the trapezoid and try to wrap around it and stuff it. I mean, it looked like Georgiev barely got the toe of his left goal pad on that puck, squeezing in between the post and McTavish's stick that was just slapping at it. So that was kind of dangerous right there. Easily could have been another goal. Sharks now, speaking of Ferraro, blasts it from the point. It goes high and wide. Ferraro now pinching to the half wall, trying to help out Dellandrea win a puck battle. Now Cam Lund comes in. Sharks win the battle. Mugamadulin blast from the point. Saved. Rebound by Cam Lund, and that goes wide. Puck all the way back in the Shark zone. Ferraro maybe doing a little too much there, trying to deke out 2 attackers, but he got the job done. Clears the puck all the way down the zone. Anaheim recovering or retrieving that puck behind on goal line. They dump the Sharks zone, but Sharks are there to quickly advance the puck out. Sharks now just passing it around the neutral zone, trying to get clean zone entry. They turn the puck over, and here comes Anaheim. Ooh. Nice shutdown play by the Sharks in that slot. Ooh, celebrating it to Foley. To Foley with a shot. The stall comes way out of the net to challenge that puck. I think he got it with his left shoulder or his blocker. But Toffoli, another prime opportunity to score. Toffoli with the puck, cannot reach it around to do a pass or a shot. Toffoli has been having some good chances near that freaking net, man. Just body positioning or awkward angle, unable to really make a hockey move. All right, here comes Eklund now. Nice deke by Eklund. Dekes the goalie opposition, shoots it high. Damn it, that was good. Eklund made a smooth move to create some open ice to go one-on-one with those Stahl, but he shoots it over his shoulder and over the net. All right, Sharks now. Sharks creating some great chances in this period. In fact, let's update the shot clock here. I mean, the shot totals. They got 20 shots on goal now. So 7 shots on goal since they returned out of the locker room. All right. Here comes Colin Graff. Oh, Stopchuk kind of tried to feed it to Colin Graff. Maybe he should have put it on net and hoped for a rebound instead of trying to set him up in the slot with the body right on him. On Graff, that is. It looked like he was trying to feed Graff the puck in the slot, but both Graff and Ostapchuk had bodies on their hip. We're in the 8th minute here now of the second period. Goodrow shoots it. Saved. Easily saved. Glove save by Dostal, and he is going to stop the play there. I imagine we're going to get a TV timeout. So, with that being said, let's turn on the beats a little louder here. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Thank you to all of you out there on YouTube and on X for being here for our real-time reaction to the action. Shark City Hockey's premium live stream. San Jose Sharks finishing their season series against the Anaheim Ducks. The Ducks lead the season series 2-0 and currently lead this game 3-1. All right, looks like we're back from our TV timeout.
Haters thought that we was finished, but we on top. We made it on top. On top. We was down for a minute, but we on top. We made it. Big win. On top. Had to climb up from the bottom, now we on top. On top.
If you're joining us right now, I am Aaron James, creative at Shark City Hockey and host of this premium live stream. Our watch-along party features real-time reaction to the action. Sounds like Sharks currently trailing 3-1 to the Anaheim Ducks at the Pond, the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. Round 3 of this 2024-25 season series between the two California clubs, and so far the Sharks are 0-2. Both L's coming at the Tank and the Pond in October. So again, these two squads faced off against each other in the first month of the National Hockey League, and they are closing out their season series in the final month of the National Hockey League regular season. So would love to see the Sharks get a dub here tonight. But they got some work to do. They got some work to do. All right. That's Celebrini. No, that's Eklund. All right. Colin Graff now with the puck behind the trapezoid. Sends it to the point. Vlasic at the blue line to Thompson. Back toward Eklund behind the goal line. Shot attempt. Just trying to hold the zone. Sharks do keep the zone. Wenberg shakes off a orange jersey near the half wall. Clean pass across the slot. Muka Madulin with the shot. Muka Madulin has some grade A chances in this game. On top of that goal that he scored for the Sharks. I think that's his third or fourth shot of the game. Sure is. Shot number 3 for Muka Madulin. Ooh, opportunity for 2-on-1. Gresham shoots. Oh, he probably should have freaking passed it, but it is what it is. Muka Madulin at the point. Sends it to the slot. Who is that? Is that Carl Grunstrom? Sure is. Carl Grunstrom skates toward the right half wall. Still puck handling it near the boards. Switches spots to blue line Ferraro. Drop passes it to Muka Madulin. Muka Madulin just skating in circles. About 60 feet away from the net. Takes it now behind it. Whoa! What a move by Muka Madulin. That was amazing. Muka Madulin retrieved the puck, or was past the puck near like the blue line. I'll say about 60 feet away from the net. Does a couple of like skates in a couple of circles, which is kind of looking a little ridiculous. I'm gonna lie at first, but he knew what he was doing out there. He was just getting those wheels turning. Then he skates the puck, carries the puck into the goal line, then makes a quick cut near the left post and almost buries it on Dostal. Dostal had to show great awareness there and poise in order to make that save. Muka Madulin with his 4th shot of the game. He's the lone goal scorer for San Jose tonight, and all I gotta say is, damn, he's been delightful to watch. Starting from when he was kind of getting recovered from his injury with the Barracuda, getting his legs, getting his feet wet in the AHL. Obviously, Mook has played some games in Sharks territory, in Cuda country, but nonetheless, ever since he was called up to the San Jose Sharks, damn, he's been outstanding. And today, he's probably having one of his better games. I'll be 100 with you. So 4 shots on goal so far. He's already played 11 minutes and 44 seconds. Not only does he have a goal, but he's played 14 shifts. He's got a hit. So Shakir Muka Madulin is kind of, it's kind of carrying the team right now. Definitely is. In fact, let's take a look at shots on goal. The only other person that has more shots on goal than Muka Madulin is William Eklund with 6. Next person is tied with him is Will Smith, 4. So Mook is definitely doing his part offensively. Gotta love it. Bro, he made that move off Zegras with one hand, which is why I had that honest reaction. Looked really good. All right. Liking the Sharks' offensive zone pressure and opportunities in this period. It seems as if they're kind of like starting to take control of this game, or dictating the pace of the game, rather. However, the Ducks, when they enter the zone, man, they are looking good offensively. Shot goes wide from Anaheim. Anaheim trying to operate in the Shark zone. They are able to clear San Jose is. And they're going to do a line change. And that's probably smart. So we have about 8 minutes remaining in the second period here. It looks like Anaheim goes offside, so we'll have a stoppage in play. It's been a pretty good game. I don't want to jinx anything, but it's been a pretty good game in comparison to the last two for San Jose Sharks fans. All right. Face off outside the Sharks' blue line, won by San Jose. They dumped the puck into the Anaheim zone, and they're trying to chase it. Anaheim wins the race there, but Noah Gregor's there to regain control. Thompson now, in his first game back from the CUDA, sent it down deep. Sharks working that bottom right half wall again. This time Noah Gregor. Thompson sent it to the slot, looking for a deflection by Goodrow. Didn't get one off cleanly. And Dostal is able to cover that puck up. All right. All right, longest puck drop ever in the offensive zone for San Jose. Macklin Celebrini is in the faceoff dot. Or pardon me, that's Alexander Wenberg. All right. Ducks kind of getting some offensive zone pressure set up. Oh, laying a body on Mario Ferraro. Was that Anaheim's 38? Whoever Harkins is, man, he just laid the body absolutely on Mario Ferraro, man. Just crushing him in between the boards. Ferraro's a big guy, so he was able to handle it. Looks like McTavish was put to the ice. Fans at the pond are giving their opinion of that hit. The way they're responding is they feel that wasn't clean. No penalty, though. So the refs see it differently. We are in that 15-minute mark of the second period, approaching 5 minutes remaining here before our second intermission. Anaheim now with the puck, skating into the slot, skating deeper into the zone, around the net, trying to center it. It gets there, but it doesn't get there cleanly, so the Sharks are able to recover. Vlasic with a puck. Alexa play it to the trapezoid. Jack Thompson kind of chilling and hiding out of reach from the offense of Anaheim. Looks like that's number 16, Strome. Thompson getting the love from the fans there. They love when the opposing players just take their time in their own trapezoid, right? All right, here come our boys. Oh, Macklin Celebrini in front. Try to go in between the legs with his back turned on the netminder. What a play by Celebrini. Unfortunately, the chance of scoring a goal there are low, but I love the effort. I love the creativity. That was pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome. I ain't gonna lie. That was jawsome. All right, we're on a TV timeout again. Under 5 minutes remaining before we hit the second intermission. Don't forget that during the second intermission, we will go over the box score. We'll go over the goals, if any are scored. So far, all the offense has been in the first 20 minutes. Knocking on wood right now because I don't want to jinx our team. Unless, of course, let's just double that because hopefully the Sharks do find the back of the net before the clock hits 0 here in the second period. We will again revisit some of the games going on around the league. 10 games scheduled across the National Hockey League today on this Tuesday, April 1st. Wow, man. Again, every time I hear April, it's like, Sharks fans, we made it. From October through April, we made it. It's been a journey. You know, outside of these next remaining 8 games following tonight's contest, the next best thing that we have to look forward to is early May when they do the draft lottery. So I'm hoping to see the Sharks come back in this game. I'm pretty sure the Sharks want to win some. But, of course, you know, if we do indeed earn 2 points in the standings tonight, it's going to be a two-way tie for number 1 overall with Chicago. And that's pretty much who's been in the running for the last couple of years, right? The Windy City and Shark City. So, dude, Celebrini made an amazing hockey move. Oh, the puck didn't make it through to his stick. He tried to do like a reverse Chichu. For some of you younger fans, a reverse hurdle. That was amazing. That if Celebrini would have been able to connect on that shot, and even better if he was able to score in it, that would have been the one that made him the Calder Memorial Trophy winner, hands down. Sharks now operating, got some pressure. Muka Madulin at the point. He sends it to Will Smith, who pinches at the point at the blue line to help him out. Tyler Toffoli now near the half wall. Sends it up to the point to Mook again. Smith shoots it from the blue line. It goes wide. Recovering to Toffoli. Mario Ferraro shoots it. It goes wide. Puck does cross the blue line. The Sharks regain possession of it. Center ice. Celebrini now entering the zone. He tried to center, but no one was home. Leo Carlson picks it off. Liljegren with a great play to freaking hold the zone. Too bad his reinforcements came in a couple seconds too late. Otherwise, that would have been a great opportunity to put one on net. Nonetheless, the Sharks do dump the puck deep. And nice. Is that Eklund? Eklund winning a battle behind the net. Liljegren shoots it. It gets deflected in front of the net. Goes behind the net. Wenberg now across the rink to Lucas Carlson. Not to be confused with Leo or the former Eric. Nice shots by Lucas Carlson. Dostal makes a save. All right, about 3 minutes remaining in this bad boy before we get to the second intermission. Sharks are looking good. They're looking hungry. My Sharks are hungry. Fortunately, as we start to wind down this period, Anaheim is getting better, winning better positioning battles. Sharks clear the zone. Alexander Wenberg now, who's been making some great plays with that puck, man. Great puck handling skills out there. Ooh, Eklund centers it. Nobody home. I love the Sharks. I love the Sharks open ice play right now, man. Every time it appears as if the Ducks are going to have a zone entry, they just shut it down in neutral zone. It's beautiful. Now here come the Sharks operating behind the goal line of Anaheim. I love the shots from the Sharks. Not all of them are getting through cleanly. Some of them hit traffic. Some of them hit bodies standing in front of the crease. But I love the fact that they're pulling the trigger there, man. Gotta love it. All right. A minute and 50 seconds. My clock's a little ahead here, but we'll catch it up. Remaining in this period. And now we're up to real time, 146. Right now, Anaheim now is sitting in pressure. Wow, what a pass and an opportunity for Zegras to hit it in a wide open net. I'm telling you, Anaheim, when they do enter the zone, they are doing a fantastic job at passing that puck and creating open ice and shooting lanes. Sharks now are able to squeeze the puck away from the Ducks, and they dump it in their zone for a line change. Anaheim trying to take advantage of the line change, quickly sends the puck to the Sharks zone, but the Sharks recover. Here comes Gresham. He shoots, and that goes wide. I think Dostal made a blocker save, but nonetheless, a little high. Matter of fact, a couple of saves that Dostal has been making on the Sharks, I think, are just for the case of getting some pads on it, because they were going high and wide or low and wide. But, actually, that one goes off the post. Grunstrom hits the post on that one, so pardon me, I stand corrected. Dostal was absolutely beat. All right, here we go. About a minute remaining in the second period. Come on, Sharks. Ducks feeling the pressure. Uh-oh. Ducks kind of catching the Sharks out of position. Good zone entry. Great poke check away by Tyler Toffoli. Here comes Smith, Celebrini, Toffoli now, leading the offensive rush. Celebrini with the puck behind the goal line of Trapezoid to Toffoli, up to Liljegren at the point. He fans on the shot. And now here come the Ducks, 3-on-2. They have time. They got numbers. Great positioning by Lucas Carlson. Just happened to be at the right place at the right time. A centering opportunity by the Ducks hits his skates. And that's going to more than likely be the final action we get here to react to in this second period. I'm Aaron James. Thank you so much to everybody who's been chilling with us on this Tuesday night for our watch-along party. Another banger from Shark City Hockey. Welcome to our premium live stream. If you're just arriving, fashionably late to our party here, I am going to step aside for a brief moment, get something to snack on, refuel on the beverages here, and that's your opportunity to kind of take a quick step aside. But we will be back in literally just a matter of moments to talk about the second intermission stats. No goals scored in that second period. So, Sharks got 20 more minutes to not, to even everything up here. So, I'm Aaron James. Second intermission report will begin in a matter of moments. Don't go anywhere, all right? Go ahead and continue to talk amongst yourselves and listen to the music. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Safe
All right. What is up? Hopefully you had enough time to grab something to munch on, grab something to sip on. I'm Aaron James, creative at Shark City Hockey, and your host for tonight's watch-along party with real-time reaction to the action as the San Jose Sharks are currently trailing the Anaheim Ducks by a score of 3-1. Not too much to talk about in that second period, considering that all the goals scored went down in the first. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend some time on the box score. Obviously, we'll dive deep into the face-off battles as we usually do here, and we'll revisit some of the scores from around the league today. I absolutely do need firepower. So see the comments here on YouTube. Quick reminder, if you're watching us on X, you also can drop a comment and have it be featured here on our premium live stream. And I think it goes without saying that if you are watching this stream on X, make sure you're following us. Don't be a stealth shark, all right? Be a proud Sharks fan that bleeds Teal and follow this account on X and on YouTube. Please consider subscribing, helping us reach our goal. Have a primary assist in Shark City Hockey's goal of trying to get 1,000 subs before the season. And as a matter of fact, I owe 4 of you out there a special thank you, as we've got 4 subscribers within this live stream. So shout out to you out there for being jawsome. All right. Love it. Let's go into the intermission report. Ah, boy, oh boy. A better period for the San Jose Sharks, to say the least. Very exciting. They dominated in terms of shots on goal. So you all may have remembered after the first intermission, it was 13 shots on goal for San Jose, and it was 14, for the Anaheim Ducks. Well, as it stands right now on NHL.com, it is now 27 shots on goal for San Jose, 18 for Anaheim. So, of course, they added one more. Their stats just keep changing. All right. So I just noticed live right now that they added an additional shot on goal in the first period. That makes no sense. Maybe they meant to do it in the second. But nonetheless, let me report that one more time. Let's get it accurate. On NHL.com, 19 shots on goal for the Anaheim Ducks, 27 for the Sharks. The bottom line is this: the Sharks have 14 shots on goal in the second period, and as of right now, it's 4. It might be 5, but that's how many shots on goal Anaheim has in the second period. So the Sharks looked way better offensively. Obviously, a cleaner game played for both teams. Anaheim had 2 penalties just moments apart. I believe just like 44 seconds apart, maybe 46 seconds apart in that first period, and that gave the Sharks a 2-man advantage. A 2-man advantage. Whereas Macklin Celebrini got called just 7 minutes into the first period to give the Anaheim Ducks a power play in which they scored on. So all the offense and all the penalties were in that first period. Very clean period by both teams. And the Sharks, they just unfortunately seem to have found Anaheim Ducks netminder. Is it Lucas? Is that his first name? Correct me if I'm wrong. But Dostal, they seem to have found, Lucas. Lucas with a K. Lucas Dostal just on a hot night, it looks like. After 40 minutes, he has a .963 save percentage, making 26 saves on 27 shot attempts. All right, so, yeah. Been an eventful period for the San Jose Sharks. Honestly, Shakir Mukhamadollin is on fire for San Jose. The defenseman has 4 shots on goal. And just for comparison's sake, I'm just going to give him the second best. I know Will Smith has 4 shots on goal too, but we're just going to give Shakir Mukhamadollin as having the second most shots on goal tonight, right behind Willem Eklund with 6. So Mook is the only one to score a goal for San Jose, and that's why we're going to make him the second, the leader second most shots for the Sharks in this game. But yeah, Sharks got to dig deep next 20 minutes, man, or else they're going to be swept in the season series against Anaheim, who currently leads the season series 2-0 with a 2-0 victory back at the tank on October 12th and a 3-1 victory at the Pond on October 22nd. Right now, the Ducks lead 3-1 over the Sharks after 2 periods in the second intermission, and we're going to continue with the box score here. 15 hits for San Jose, 20 for the Ducks, 7 block shots for San Jose, 9 for the Ducks, 9 giveaways for the Sharks, 6 for Anaheim, 2 takeaways for the Sharks, 4 for Anaheim, and that's your box scores. In the face-off dot, Sharks still dominating the face-off dot. They've won 60% of the face-offs after the first period, and they're almost doing that in this after 2 periods. 57% is where it stands. So let's take a quick look at the battles with the face-offs. Sharks won 8 out of 15 face-offs, 53% in the second period. Add that to the 12 out of the 20 from the first, and you get a grand total of 20 face-off wins out of 35 for the San Jose Sharks. So night and day from the previous matchup, or the previous game rather, against the Los Angeles Kings, in which the Sharks are absolutely getting dominated in the face-off dot. So it looks good tonight. This is all strengths, 5-on-5, 4-on-5, 5-on-4, or 5-on-3. In each zone, in the offensive zone, the Sharks are 7 for 15 tonight. In the defensive zone, they're 7 for 11. And in the neutral zone, they're 6 for 9. Again, a grand total of 20 face-off wins out of 35 for 57%. Will Smith is 3 for 4 tonight. That's 75%. All of these happening in the offensive zone. Alexander Winberg has had a face-off in each zone tonight in a lot of situations. 5-on-5, 5-on-4, 5-on-3. He's looking pretty solid tonight. He's 5 out of 9, 56%. 3 for 7 in the offensive zone, 1 for 1 defensively, and 1 for 1 in the neutral zone. Barclay Goodrow is still at 50%, 1 for 2. Or rather, now at 50%. I think he was 1 for 1 in the first period. Moving on, Cam Lund, 1 for 1, 100%. Ty Dellandrea, 3 for 5, 60%. Zach Ostapchuk, 4 for 7, 57%. And Macklin Celebrini, 3 for 7, 43%. And that right there are the individual Sharks players contributing to the face-off win percentage of 57.1 to be exact. But we're going to round down for us, round up for Anaheim, 57% for the San Jose Sharks. All right. In case you forgot, here's a look at your goal scores. We won't necessarily talk about how the goals were scored, but we will briefly cover who scored them. Trevor Zegras got his 10th of the year to start off the scoring 1-0 Anaheim in that first period. The game was tied for just a few minutes thanks to Shakir Mukhamadulin's 2nd of the year. Jackson Lacombe scored on the power play for Anaheim, his 14th of the season. That made it 2-1 at 8 minutes and 13 seconds into the first. And the last goal scored in this game, as of right now, was just under a minute remaining in the first period by Sam Colangelo, pardon me. Let's make sure we're saying that properly. One more time. Yeah, Colangelo. Whatever. 3-1, Anaheim. All right, so that's where we're at after 2 periods. All the scoring going down in that first. Let's look at scores from around the league. Why don't we? All right. So 10 games played today, first day of April. All right, got some new beginnings on the horizon. The spring is almost approaching here. The Golden Knights are now trailing after 2 periods. The Oilers are winning 3-1 in Las Vegas. One more period remaining in that contest. They look to have just ended the second period. So Vegas trailing at home 3-1 to the Oilers. The Los Angeles Kings scored 2 goals. They are playing at home against the Winnipeg Jets. Anze Kopitar and Trevor Moore got the goals. Those guys were problematic for us the last time the Sharks were there when we played them a couple nights ago. Capitals get a 4-3 victory over the Boston Bruins. Alexander Ovechkin gets goal number 38 of the year. He is getting closer and closer to taking over Wayne Gretzky's record. Isn't that something? A lot of us didn't think that would ever happen, or at least we would ever see it in our time here. So, overtime victory for Montreal over the Florida Panthers. Canadians win at home, 3-2. Unfortunately, Ottawa did not get a victory in front of their home crowd. The Senators lose to the Buffalo Sabres 5-2. The Blue Jackets, they've been just ridiculous with the scoring I've been noticing this season. They win at home 8-4 over the Nashville Predators. The New York Islanders lose at home to the visiting Tampa Bay Lightning 4-1. The St. Louis Blues win in overtime, courtesy of a goal by Cam Fowler's 9th of the season. Cam Fowler and the St. Louis Blues win 2-1 over the visiting Detroit Red Wings. And the Utah Hockey Club, who may be revealing a new logo very soon here, win at home 3-1 over the Calgary Flames. Yeah, and that right there is, my friend, the intermission report. So, we're going to turn up the music here and chill and wait for the third period to begin. We're about 2 minutes away from that. So don't forget to like, subscribe. If you're watching us on X, double tap that screen and make it rain hearts. Let everybody know that you love hockey.
Put the car in overdrive. Closer to the edge, feeling so alive. Hearing the winds going blind. A kiss on the cheek, she takes aside. Forgetting all my worries. She's a pretty kind of dirty. Pretty kind of dirty. She's a pretty kind of dirty. Yeah, a pretty kind of dirty.
Just a reminder, you can drop a comment on X and it will show up right here for everybody else to read from around the world. Just as so. Let's go, Sharks. Boom, live example right there, my friends. So whether you're on YouTube or X, you can drop a comment in the comment section. Yeah, Utah Hockey Club, man. So I seen this out of Aesthetics. Aesthetics, they're notorious for being on top of like jerseys and logos and whatnot. Not a plug, just telling you, the source. But apparently, they have a video out there. You can check it out. So the Utah Hockey Club, they're having the fans vote on what they're going to name their team. Ironically enough, Utah Hockey Club is actually like in the finals, like one of the finalists, one of the options. And that's kind of cool, I guess. But back to my point is when they were voting for it, there was potential like logos that were associated with the name. So, I don't know if you want to necessarily call them leaks, but I think, people wanted them to be the Yetis, from my understanding, and due to some kind of copyright, a trademark, they're not really allowed to do that. And it appears as if the options, I think one was like Outlaws, and the other one was, I forgot what the other one was, right? Like something about the geography nearby, like the mountains or something. But long story short is, the Utah Hockey Club option, from my understanding, actually has like potentially a logo redesign where they have like a Yeti in there still. So we'll have to wait and see, but it looks kind of cool. All right, game on, baby. Let's go. Final 20, barring any overtime. Face off, center ice, dropping on the orange eye of the Anaheim Duck logo. Celebrini in the face-off stop for the Sharks. He wins it, and then the Ducks are able to recover. They carry the puck deep in the Shark zone. Ferraro and Smith. Smith to Celebrini. Good awareness by Ferraro to whack that puck out of the air and forward to Toffoli, who dumps it into the Ducks zone. All right. Someone says, oh good, we get to meet the Utah Hockey Club soon. We missed the Coyotes, but this is exciting. Uh-oh. Dude, get him off of Mukhamadullin like that. Sorry. Getting a little protective there. But dude, the way he like went into Mukhamadullin, that's straight like injury, dude. Shakir is hurt. His shoulder is jacked. He's holding his shoulder, dude. Bro, he threw Mukhamadullin and had him like awkwardly tweaked or twisted into that boards. That's some bull shark. That should be a freaking penalty. Come on. That's some bull shark, dude. My bad. I should have stopped the clock there. But that's some straight bull shark. Bro, so Mukhamadullin lays a hit. Alright, he lays a hit. I think Frank Vetrano is going to get a penalty for this. But Frank Vetrano, like, essentially, he took exception to a clean hit delivered via Shakir Mukhamadullin. He drags the young man onto the ice, into the boards, and then kind of throws his body onto him while he's like kind of like twisted up and really bull shark, bro. Okay, I'm reacting because the ref is calling it 4-on-4. They're giving Mukhamadullin a penalty. So Vetrano literally throws Mukhamadullin head first into the boards near the Sharks bench. And then as he's turning around, Vetrano is throwing all his weight onto his shoulder. I guess, you know, Mukhamadullin broke his stick over, who is that? Who's number 16 for these guys? It looks like Mukhamadullin over Strome. I believe that was number 16, Ryan Strome. But Mukhamadullin like kind of like hit him near the blue line, and it was a cross check. I mean, he literally broke the twig underneath him. But Ryan Strome took exception to that, dropped his gloves, dragged Mukhamadullin head first into the boards, and he looks like he's hurt, dude. I mean, that could be a dislocated shoulder. Not trying to like blow it out of proportion or whatever. Like, you know, gas it up or whatever you guys want to call it, but that was some bull shark, dude. He literally threw him head first into the boards, and then as he was like twisting around, Ryan Strome put his threw his body weight onto the shoulder of Mukhamadullin, who was obviously hurt from the initial hit. So probably dislocation, man, the way he was grabbing it and holding it. And now it's getting sloppy out there. It's 4-on-4 hockey right now, but Will Smith is going to get a penalty for tripping. Wow, Wow, so it's going to be 4-on-3 hockey with the power play coming to Anaheim. Oh, wow. It's going to be 4-on-3 hockey for about 82 seconds, and then it'll be 5-on-4 hockey. This is getting ridiculous. This is not, I mean, I know what had went down right now may have been a little frustrating for San Jose, but this is not how you respond, man. So Will Smith gets called for tripping a minute and 14 seconds into the third period. And Anaheim is 1-for-1 tonight. We'll have a 4-on-3 power play for about 81 seconds. I stand corrected, 81 seconds. And that's going to be a lot of open ice. A lot of open ice out there. All right. Barclay Goodrow wins that face-off, and in one motion is able to clear it as well. But here comes Anaheim Ducks again. 4-on-3 power play for the Ducks. Lacombe now at the point to Carlson. Back to Lacombe. Oh, block shot by Mario Ferraro. Or is that Lucas Carlson, rather? That looks like Lucas Carlson. He absorbed that one-time shot, or that slap shot, pardon me. Good clear by the Sharks. Now Lucas Carlson is banged up after absorbing that shot. Shakir McDougal went straight to the locker room, so the Sharks are down a defenseman. Oh, Leo Carlson trying to stretch Georgiev. Sharks have a small triangle in the slot for their penalty kill defensive formation. Ferraro and Vlasic are kind of kicking it by the hash marks in the slot of the face-off circle, while Goodrow is pressing. Lacombe with the, or Terry rather, with the blast, and that's saved by Georgiev. 30 seconds now of 5-on-4 hockey as the coinciding minors are over, but the power play is still for the Anaheim Ducks for 20 more seconds. McTavish now at the blue line tries to carry it in, but nice poke check by Vlasic, and that just might kill the penalty. 3 seconds left on this Anaheim Duck power play. They still got the offensive zone pressure, so the Sharks are not out of danger yet. Shot goes high and wide. Clock stops, and now the Sharks could get some fresh bodies out there as they survived that power play. Wow. Carlson, man, what a hero. What a hero. Absorbed that shot. That right there looked like it could have had a chance of going in. All right, fresh bodies out there for the Sharks. It's even strength. Face off one by Winberg. Sharks now dump the puck, and Colin Graff wins the race. His pass attempt to the boards gets away from his line mate, and the Ducks are able to dump the puck back deep again. Battle for the puck possession at the half wall. Right side, or left side rather, Georgiev. Winberg recovers, and he elects to skate the puck all the way into the Duck zone. Now another battle on the opposite half wall, deep in the Duck zone. Bouncing puck recovered in the slot, shot, and that is redirected. Dostal is down for some reason. I think he's selling it. It's a Sharks goal regardless, baby. So much dramatics, but the Sharks are going to get a goal. Nice try, Dostal. And that right there is a Sharks goal. A lot of things to decipher there, but it all ends in a San Jose goal. Where's my goal horn at, baby? All right, we got our first goal since the last minute of the first period. San Jose Sharks goal scored by Marc-Edouard Vlasic, his first of the season. There's a lot of discussion near the Ducks bench right now. Again, there's a whole bunch of commotion. Lucas Dostal, the goaltender for the Anaheim Ducks. I don't know if he's trying to draw a penalty or what, but he made it appear, I think it was a great acting job, that as if he got caught up and interfered with in the crease, and he just turned around, belly flopped, and laid face down on the ice for a hot minute. Meanwhile, two Ducks defenders took exception to, I believe it was Colin Graff, who they thought the guilty party was. But the refs didn't bite. The play continued, and that allowed Marc-Edouard Vlasic to bury his first goal of the year. Check this out, baby, at 4:08. 4:08 in the third period. That's what's up, Shark City hockey fans. Let me know where you at. Marc-Edouard Vlasic, first of the year, 4:08. Assist by Jack Thompson, his fourth assist of the year. And we have a one-goal game at the pond. Let's go, Sharks. Now, let me update the score clock. My bad. We are at 15 minutes. All right. Congratulations to Pickles, baby. All right, now's not the time to take a chill pill, Sharks. Let's go. Getting caught lacking by the ops near their crease. Thank goodness that the Ducks are unable to properly handle that puck, and they have to reset to get on sides. Ducks dump it down deep. Georgiev just chilling out of his own zone in the trapezoid, out of his own goal, rather. Didn't like that clearing attempt that ensued, but Sharks are there right now. Ty DeAndrea, Mario Ferraro. Again, Alexander Georgiev leaves the net to play it along the boards. This time, successful clear. Carl Grunstrom with Cam Lund now. Cam Lund waiting for some more players to join the rush. Ty DeAndrea sends it behind the goal line, where the Ducks recover and they clear. The Sharks are hungry, baby. Let's go. Let's go. By the way, thank you to the 103 of you joining us live, whether you're on X or YouTube. Because of you all, this is the #1 trending live stream in Sharks territory, presented by diehard San Jose hockey fans. I'm Aaron James, your host of this premium live stream presented by Shark City Hockey. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that jazz. 13 minutes, about 13 minutes remaining here. We're coming up on 13 minutes remaining, rather, in regulation. San Jose Sharks looking for the equalizer. Here comes William Eklund. He is behind the trapezoid, behind the net of Anaheim, but he gets rubbed off the puck, and here come the Ducks now. Ooh, shot, dangerous bounce, wide of Georgiev. The battle for puck possession, the battle for open ice is just going to be intense, I imagine, for the next few minutes. I'm sure the Ducks did not appreciate that last goal against. They feel that it should have not been allowed. Whereas the Sharks, I am sure, can feel it. They're just that much closer to getting back into this game. And here they are, behind the blue line with tenacity. Was that Luka Carlson? Wow. Good job, brother. I think that was Jack Thompson, rather, pardon me. Whoa, lucky Ducks bounce almost dangerously gets Georgiev out of position with Trevor Zegras there at the helm. Zegras now cycling around, tries to center it, no one home, but Celebrini's there. Celebrity dumps the puck, and the Sharks elect to go for a line change. Wow, it's been some exciting 200 feet hockey for the last couple of minutes. 200-foot game by both squads. Sharks having the better opportunities, but the Ducks are not sleeping. Don't sleep on the Ducks, rather. They are not shying away from throwing pucks toward the net. As a matter of fact, let's update the shot clock here. 28 shots on goal for San Jose, 23 for Anaheim. We're almost halfway through this third period. Sharks need a goal to tie it up. And we got a whistle, it sounds like. All right, we got a whistle. TV timeout. I'm going to take a breath. Y'all continue to chat amongst yourselves. This has become an exciting one. That's all I asked for at the start of this game. You know, the last two games, the Sharks got absolutely manhandled. A clinic was put on. But tonight, this right here is a battle that is respectable. A battle that, you know, can make Sharks fans just that much more proud, you know, to be donning that teal. 9 more games remaining. Rather, 8 more games remaining after this one. So, let's see. Sharks fans, we're 10 minutes away from the end of this one. Is this going to be another one of those 1-goal losses that we've been witnessing all season long? Or can the Sharks pull it off? We'll have to find out when they return. So let's turn up the music here. And let's change the beat. Let's change the beat.
Whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, whole team winning, yeah. I bring the trophy right back. I bring the trophy right back, yeah, yeah. I bring the trophy right back. I bring the trophy right back, yeah, yeah. I bring the trophy right back. I bring the trophy right back, yeah, yeah. I bring the trophy right back. I bring the trophy right back. Ay, look, I put the wins on repeat. Ay, I got a rap on my knee. Who is gonna mess with the squad? Hey, who is gonna mess with the team? I got dubs in the column, I might as well add them. This like a vacation, like Cala or badges. You cross like a T and you next, that's in order. You dumb boy, you cooking, I'm placing my order on grease. Fry cook, run another skull, so white look, ayy. We can do this blind, no wonder Stevie. Where I bring the storm, catch wind too breezy. Used to know the rain been too long, the flex is too strong. I'm throwing in game, but the first is in game. We don't want fake or no plastic back chain. We need the real go in a record 12-0 and whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, whole team winning.
All right, we got game on right now.
Yeah.
Sharks are back.
Whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, whole team winning, yeah. I bring the trophy right back. I bring the trophy right back, yeah, yeah. I bring the trophy right back. I bring the trophy right back, yeah, yeah. I bring the trophy right back. I bring the trophy right back, yeah, yeah. I bring the trophy right back. I bring the trophy right back. We came to play and the piece is disturbed.
A little bit more on that goal. Oh, great. What do we got? Really quick, the Sharks appear to have committed a penalty. But on that Market where Vlasic goal. And, you know, outside of being his first goal of the season and being assist by Jack Thompson, who's playing his first game back from being called up with the San Jose Barracuda. This is the first game with multiple goals from defensemen. That first goal was from Shakir Mukhamadullin. That last one, the second one by Market Vlasic. It's the first game with multiple goals from defensemen for the San Jose Sharks since January 23rd this season, when Mario Ferraro and Henry Thrun scored goals against the Nashville Predators. All right. Anaheim on the power play. Looks like Cam Lund got called for hooking at 9:39 of the third period. So Sharks cannot fold here. Ooh, what a good poke check from Goodrow. They're going to call that a penalty? They're going to call that a penalty? That is some straight bull shark. Bull shark, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is some bull, Sharks. So we were talking about the Sharks playing a disciplined game. All right. No penalties in the second period. Only one in the first. Ducks did score on that power play. Now the power play unit for the Ducks is ranked dead last in the league. But nonetheless, 5 penalties for the Sharks in this period. All within the last 10 minutes. 5 penalties. All right. And right now, the Ducks have a 2-man advantage for 97 seconds. That's 1 minute, 37 seconds. Because what would look like a great poke check play in stripping the puck away by Barclay Goodrow from Trevor Zegras is being called tripping. So, Sharks down 2 men. And I think the Sharks have called a timeout. They've had to call a timeout. No, it actually is the Anaheim Ducks. Wow. All right, so the Anaheim Ducks probably recognize how significant this moment is in the game. This could be a turning point in tonight's contest. So Anaheim Ducks called a timeout. They have a 2-man advantage of 1 minute 37 seconds about to begin. Barclay Goodrow Alexander Wenberg against McTavish in the Sharks defensive zone in the faceoff dot. McTavish gets tossed, so here comes in Leo Carlson against Alexander Wenberg for the faceoff. Carlson wins the faceoff. Again, the Anaheim Ducks get so much ice to operate out there with that puck. First period saw San Jose get a 2-man advantage, and the third period sees Anaheim get a 2-man advantage. Hoping the same outcome for the Ducks as for the Sharks. Sharks did not score any goals on those 2-man advantage, and we're hoping that's the same here right now in this moment in this game. Good save by Georgiev. 1 minute remaining on the 2-man advantage. Another great blocker save by Georgiev. Ducks just have all day with this puck to line up and shoot. So far, Georgiev made 2 fantastic saves back-to-back. Another shot one time goes wide. That's 2 shots by McTavish that go wide. 30 seconds on the 2-man advantage. McTavish now looking to challenge for some space in the slot. Somehow the Sharks' 3 defenders are looking huge out there. This is going to start to remind me of old-time hockey when the Sharks killed off a 5-on-3 at the tank way back in the early 90s. What a great save by Georgiev again. McTavish takes it to the slot. Alexis sent it to Terry at the wing. That shot's blocked. Another good save by Georgiev. 16 seconds remain. It's 5-on-4 now. 12 seconds in the second power play remains. Sharks are 5 seconds away from killing off a 97-second 2-man advantage, and they do it. The Sharks kill off the penalty, but they're not out of trouble yet. The Anaheim Ducks looking for a shooting lane. Lucas Carlson gets the puck behind the trapezoid. He clears it. Here comes Cam Lund. His shot gets redirected up and high. What a great zone entry and break out of that zone. What a freaking penalty kill, baby. Yeah. Honestly, the best penalty killer for that was Alexander Georgiev. So stick taps to Alexander Georgiev, keeping the San Jose Sharks within 1. We need some more disciplined hockey. And honestly, after that, we need the freaking refs to call one our way. 7 minutes and 34 seconds remain. It's a TV timeout, so we're going to bump the music a little bit here.
On top. We was down for a minute, but we on top. Top 5. On top. Haters thought that we was finished, but we on top. We made it. On top. On top. We was down for a minute, but we on top. We made it. Big win. On top. Had to climb up
Ooh, what a game. This has been tough. All right, so this third period, trip on this. As of right now, the San Jose Sharks only have one shot on goal. And what a shot it was. Marc-Edouard Vlasic getting his first goal of the season. So again, this way I'm not yelling over the track. 12 shots on goal for Anaheim so far in the third period. One shot on goal for the San Jose Sharks, and it was a goal by Marc-Edouard Vlasic, his first goal of the year at 4:08 in that period. This period, rather. Man. Here we go. Face off deep in Anaheim zone, won by the Ducks. All right. It looks like space. It looks like real estate on that rink is starting to become sparse. I'm seeing the strategy has definitely changed defensively and offensively for both squads. About 7 minutes remaining in this game. Some shots by the Ducks do not make its way through to the net. Ooh-wee, they almost had Georgiev out of position there. Whew. Ducks starting to look dangerous off of this TV timeout. All right, so per Randy Hahn on the Sharks broadcast, Shakir Mukhamadullin is not returning to this game. Honestly, based off of the look of that injury, it was pretty obvious that he would probably remain the rest of the game out. Hopefully he's all right. Hopefully it's a matter of just popping that shoulder back to place. All right, Ducks now operating in the Sharks zone. Blast from the point gets blocked by Lucas Carlson. Or is that Ferraro? That was Ferraro. My bad. All right, here we go in the 15th minute of this period. Sharks getting caught lacking right now by the Ops. I mean, I don't blame them. They are still kind of trying to, like, find their groove back after being down 2 men for an extended 2-man advantage, right? So, you know, Sharks are still trying to find it, but again, it stands. Now 2 shots on goal this period. Okay, so quite a different story from the last period, in which the Sharks were out shooting the Ducks. All right. Come on, baby. Let's go. Dellandrea and Grunstrom are able to force the puck deep, but Anaheim wins the battle along the boards. They carry it past the blue line, and then they reverse it for a line change. So in their own zone is Anaheim, playing keep away from the Sharks. They exit the zone, take it to center ice, dump it into the Sharks zone. Celebrini's there to win the battle. Sends it to Marc-Edouard Vlasic. It gets to Smith. He sends it across ice to Celebrini. Celebrini blows a tire while trying to deke around the defense. Oh, man. Celebrini and the rest of these young Sharks can feel it now. 4 minutes, almost 4 minutes remaining. 4 minutes of some change. We're going to get to that point where we got to start looking at the net. When will head coach Ryan Rosofsky elect to pull goaltender Alexander Georgiev, as we are now less than 4 minutes remaining in regulation. Mario Ferraro from behind his own blue line gives it to Alexander Wenberg. Zone entry is onside. Colin Graff now on the trapezoid sends it alongside the half wall to Ferraro. Sends it all the way around the rink to the other side of Wenberg. Deking around from blue line to goal line. Wenberg centers it, no one home. Ferraro there at the point covers it up. Wenberg again putting on some moves. Leaving it for Eklund. Eklund feeds it. It gets centered, shot by the Sharks and missed by Wenberg. Wenberg scores! San Jose Sharks goal by Alexander Wenberg, scored at 16:46 in the third period. His 10th of the year, ties the game up 3-3, assisted by Willem Eklund. What a goal it was, dropping to one knee to blast it past Lucas Dostal, goaltender of the Anaheim Ducks, beating him right there, left side of the post, dropping to a knee. Alexander Wenberg ties the game up, baby. He scored that goal just 12 feet away from the net at a 35-degree angle, and that makes it a tie game. Yeah. Here come the Sharks, skating with renewed purpose. They tied it up. I think the Sharks smell blood in the water. The Sharks are getting hungry. Starting to swim with some purpose out there in that pond, man. I don't know how many more puns I could come up with, but all I'm trying to say is that the Sharks are on the hunt. They tied it up. I think they want this victory, baby. All right. Don't sleep on the Ducks. They're trying to come back with some late moment heroics. Here come the Sharks out of their own zone. They dump the puck. To chase it down is Toffoli and Celebrini. Will Smith lays a body, but no one was at the blue line for the Sharks to recover that loose puck. We are approaching the final minute of regulation here. If the score stands, when we get a double zeros, the Sharks will at least earn a point. We got a whistle. We got a whistle. What is happening here? Okay, a lot of commotion. Maybe it's just a psychological game out there. As long as there's no penalties against the Sharks, we're still looking good. So Tyler Toffoli lays a beautiful open ice hit. No penalty though. Good. Clean hockey play. Clean open ice check by Tyler Toffoli. There should be no penalty. All right, face-off won by Wenberg. They reset it at the center ice logo. We're approaching the final minute here in regulation. Pardon me. I was about to say regulation. Woo! Let's go, baby. I would love to see a last-minute goal by San Jose. Come on. Both teams just kind of squeezing that puck alongside the boards by the bench. Wenberg kind of playing soccer with it, kicking it between both of his skates. Wenberg able to get into the Ducks zone, but there's really no room to operate there. With almost 30 seconds remaining, the Sharks dump it deep in Anaheim zone. Anaheim recovering. They clear zone. Oh, puck mishandled by defense. One-time blast. Great right kick save by Georgiev. Here come the Sharks. To Foley, Celebrini, and Smith are out there. Few seconds left. To Foley should have shot it there. 3 seconds left. Someone put it on net. And that's it. We're going to overtime, baby. Oh, wow. What a game. Ooh-wee. Overtime hockey, baby. Extra hockey coming up. What a game. What a game. All right, so this is the part where I say thank you to everyone who is joining me tonight for this premium live stream presented by Shark City Hockey, your go-to source for San Jose Sharks fandom. I'm your host and creative at Shark City Hockey, Aaron James, saying double tap that screen if you're watching us on X. Double tap the heart icon if you're watching us on YouTube. Let everyone out there know how much you love hockey. Thank you so much for coming through for this watch-along party with real-time reaction to the action. San Jose Sharks are tied up with the Anaheim Ducks. It's 3-3. We're going into overtime, and the Sharks earned a point in the standing. I know a lot of you out there might not like the idea of the Sharks earning points in the standing because, you know, we do have the number 1 overall draft pick. Well, the best odds at it so far, but nonetheless, gotta love this type of action. First day of the last month of the season for the San Jose Sharks. 8 more games remaining after this. Sharks will be at home for the next 3 games. As a matter of fact, be there this weekend. I believe it's Fan Appreciation Day when the Sharks are hosting the Seattle Kraken on Saturday. But nonetheless, 4 more home games remain and 4 more road games remain in the month of April following tonight's match here. So here we go. Right back at it. Thank you all for being here with me live. And again, thank you for making Shark City Hockey premium live streams the number 1 trending live streams presented by diehard San Jose hockey fans in Sharks territory. You guys are amazing. You're so jawsome. Appreciate you all having a primary assist in helping us, a primary assist in our goal of trying to get 1,000 subscribers. Appreciate everyone who's came through and subscribed today on our YouTube channel. If you haven't done so already, please do that now. All right, game on, overtime, face off, won by the Ducks. 3-on-3 hockey for 5 minutes. Ducks into the Shark zone. Strome now to the point to Terry. Anaheim controlling the puck in the Shark zone. Trying to catch the Sharks' opposition. But Celebrini forces the Ducks out of the zone and into their own zone. Here we go. Back on the rush. Zone entry by the Ducks. Ducks not sure what to do with it. They're just kind of floating around by the blue line, and they exit the offensive zone, bring the puck back into their defensive zone, looking to reset for maybe a better zone entry. They enter the zone. They leave it at the point. So far, it's been all Ducks with puck control. Shot hits the post. Now the Sharks are able to get the puck. Oh, he almost had Will Smith with the breakaway pass. Barely missed the tape of his stick. Oh no, Green gives it away. Drop pass to the slot. What a save by Georgiev, and another save by Georgiev, point blank. Woo, Sharks need to support him. Zegras is out there. Passes it. It goes to the point. Woo, everyone take a breather. Leo Carlson out there with Trevor Zegras, the young talent of the Anaheim Ducks, trying to make moves. Great steal by Macklin Celebrini. Great feed pass to Tyler Toffoli. Tyler Toffoli taking his time. Brings it to the half wall. Reverses back. Wenberg is out there with Macklin Celebrini and Tyler Toffoli. Alexander Wenberg now controlling the puck, waiting for Celebrini to finish a change. Willem Eklund takes a spot on ice, takes a puck, takes a shot. Blocked. Willem Eklund, his own rebound, feeds it across the slot to Toffoli, but the stick was in the way. Here come the Ducks. Trevor Zegras with opportunity skate. Oh, Alexander Georgiev comes way out of the net to play it off. Now the Sharks 3-on-2 the other way. Eklund. Oh, Toffoli just missed the freaking side of the net. Now the Ducks 3-on-1. Zegras shoots. Great save by Georgiev. 2 minutes and 20 seconds coming up. Oh my gosh. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this one. Sharks and Ducks changing on the fly. Ducks controlling the puck in the Sharks zone. They elect to feed it back toward the neutral zone. Reset on the zone entry. Here they come, carrying the puck into the Sharks zone. Oh, digging past all the defenders, loses control of the puck. It looks like McTavish, thank goodness. Maybe that was someone else. It doesn't matter at this point. Sharks got the puck. Zone entry. Eklund. Eklund looks gassed. Sent it to Wenberg. Kind of a sloppy line change by San Jose, but nonetheless, they got control of it. In the zone of Celebrini. Hits the brakes by the point. He shoots it. It goes way wide. Will Smith there cleaning up. He looks back. He gives it to Ferraro. Ferraro has it. He gives it back to Smith, and Smith is skating all the way out of the offensive zone, waiting for a line change. Feeds it to Celebrini. Celebrini's looking at the slot. Shoots. Saved. Or blocked, rather. About 1 minute coming up on 1 minute remaining of overtime. What a game. What a series finale between these two. Great save by Georgiev, point blank. 50 seconds remaining in the game. The Ducks looking for a shooting lane. Cycling back to the point. They have pressure in the Shark zone. Oh, what an open look in the slot for the Ducks, and that gets deflected wide. Lucas Carlson now looking, plays it off the boards. What a clean pass. Will Smith sends it up, but Celebrini cannot get to the puck enough. Celebrini rubs the defender of the Ducks off the puck, but he gets control of that biscuit, and here come the Ducks. The Ducks 3-on-2, they shoot. Woo! What a save by Georgiev. Ducks now skating with the puck. 8 seconds remaining. They lose control of the puck. It goes out of zone. Wenberg, 3 seconds. They're going to wait for the shootout. Woo! What a freaking overtime period. Wow. What a game. What a game. All right. Let's see who head coach Ryan Rosofsky elects to put in the shootout. Last time the Sharks were in the shootout, they defeated the Maple Leafs. Last time they were in the shootout before that was in Toronto, where they defeated the Maple Leafs. Last time the Sharks played in a shootout, Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith scored their first shootout goal of their NHL careers, both of them being the rookies on the San Jose Sharks roster. So we'll see if they get a chance to go one-on-one with Lucas Dostal, goaltender for the Anaheim Ducks. What a game. Thank you to all of you who have been joining us from the opening Shark City Hockey Face-Off Countdown show throughout the entire watch-along party. It's been a pleasure watching along and reacting live to the action with you all out there. Here we go. Here we go. We are at a shootout. All right, Trevor Zegras gets the first attempt for the Anaheim Ducks. Trevor Zegras babysitting that puck, slowly working it to the right side, walking the puppy up to the slot, trying to deke out Georgiev. He hits the post! Woo! All right, Will Smith gets the first shot of the shootout for the Sharks. Here it comes, Will Smith. He does not elect to go slow. He's going on into the slot, shoots. Oh, that goes wide. It looks like it was a stop by Dostal. Wow, Dostal. Dang it. Dostal comes out to like 10 feet up. He's right at the tip of the red paint of the blue crease to make that save on Will Smith. All right, I believe this is Leo Carlson. He tries to split Georgiev from right to left, but Georgiev's big goalie pads hugging that ice, hugging that post, and he stops Carlson. Beautiful save by Georgiev. Macklin Celebrini for the San Jose Sharks is up next. Celebrini goes from right to left. Celebrini in the slot. Celebrini dekes. Oh, what a poke check from Dostal. So far, both teams have with 0 for 2 on the shoot opportunity. Third shooter for Anaheim. Up next, it's McTavish. McTavish now skating the puck up. He's going from left to right. He's in the face-off dot, trying to deke out Georgiev. He beats him 5-hole. McTavish from left to right gets Georgiev to just slightly go to the right. He beats him 5-hole with a backhand. Tyler Toffoli now. He needs to score to keep the game alive for San Jose. Tyler Toffoli, right to left. Tyler Toffoli misses wide. The Anaheim Ducks defeat the Sharks in the skills competition. They will win this game 4-3 and sweep the season series against the San Jose Sharks. What a game. To be 100 with you, I'm not mad at the San Jose Sharks, man. That game was 1,000 times more entertaining than the last two when they got an absolute clinic put on them by Los Angeles and New York. So, with that being said, thank you to everyone out there for being a part of another banger from Shark City Hockey. This premium live stream is made possible by all of you out there. You guys have made us the #1 trending live stream in Sharks territory. The #1 trending live stream presented by diehard San Jose hockey fans. I am Aaron James, creative and host of this real-time reaction to the action watch-along party. San Jose Sharks fall in the shootout to the Anaheim Ducks. Final score, 4-3. Y'all have yourself a great rest of your Tuesday night. Happy April to everybody. 8 more games remaining this season. And I look forward to, attending some more games at the tank before the Sharks call it a season, as well as doing some more watch-along parties with you for the remainder of the 2024-25 season. In order to know when we are going to go live and our next premium live stream will occur, make sure you follow us and subscribe. Make sure you follow us, subscribe, whether it's on YouTube, X, or Instagram. On Instagram, you'll find the home of our original, inspirational, influential, most relatable, fan-led content. Also, as an added bonus, as the San Jose Barracuda approach the Calder Cup playoffs, we'll also do watch-along parties for the Barracuda games in the postseason. Until then, I am Aaron James signing off for Shark City Hockey, wishing y'all a rest of your beautiful Tuesday nights. Y'all stay up. Y'all have a great evening. What a fantastic game. Let's be real with you. That was pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome. All right. Thank you all. I've had your attention for almost 3 hours now. So that concludes our premium live stream here on Shark City Hockey. Wow. We're in April. 8 more games remaining. All right, fam. We're going to call it a night here and sign off with the music. So until next time, y'all, let's go Sharks.